Hey, it's a great day for a great day. I'm glad you're with me today. Here, it's still kind of warm, but it's cooler than it's been. A little bit overcast, and it's the end of summer. So we're going to do something fun, and the food's good. The environment is crazy. So see if you can finish these phrases for me. Good eye. Hey, let's throw another on the... What do you think? You know where we're headed? It's a world away. We're going down under to have some steak at the Outback. Come on.
Mark's gotta eat.
All right. Charles Schultz, the Peanuts guy, he said, hey, don't worry about today. It's already tomorrow in Australia. Hey. Table for two, me and you. We're here. All right, check this menu out. They got their saying, no rules, just right. And then all kinds of good stuff to eat. Check that out. And guess what else they got? A genuine, look at this. They actually show you how they like it. By the way, y'all told us that medium was the most popular in the survey, followed by medium rare. So that kind of describes it all right there. Walkabout Wednesdays.
Yes, sir.
Did that start today or?
No, we've had that for a little while actually.
So what exactly is
So the
it?
information is here. It's
Oh,
a
okay.
6-ounce sirloin or 5-ounce chicken breast that we can do with it, and then it comes
Okay.
with whichever side you like, and a drink for $13.99.
I'm going bigger.
Absolutely.
I'm going bigger.
Yeah, I mean you should. You're at the steakhouse. You might as well.
You want a bloomin' onion?
Do you want a bloomin' onion?
Sure.
I mean, it's a sin to come to Outback and not get a bloomin' onion.
I know. That's the whole
You're
thing.
recording this. Everyone would judge you.
Oh, are you? Are you
Yeah, it is
recording?
rolling right now.
Okay. That changes everything.
Yeah, sure. If you buy a bloomin' onion, then let me pick up my walkabout.
All right, we'll definitely get a bloomin' onion.
Perfect.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do the. I think you just. I don't know if you had a fancy name for it or if you just called it the. And I'm assuming your prime rib's not ready yet, right?
Not a prime rib. Actually, you should be ready right now.
So I haven't been here in a while. How good is the prime rib
rib is
versus the
nasty.
porterhouse?
Oh, that's a hard question.
I know. I only asked the hard question.
Porterhouse.
What if it's a prime
Okay, so
porterhouse?
I'll tell you, I think the prime rib's better because it's a steak. It's a steak that you do want to dip. You know, the au jus makes it better. The creamy horseradish makes it better, and that's like, it's just hard to beat. I just like that.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you one other question.
Yes.
This will be the breaker for me.
Yes, sir.
So how do you actually cook the porterhouse? Do you broil it
No.
and then finish it on a grill?
No,
or
we do it all on the open flame.
okay, and is it a gas flame
No,
or
it's a char grill. Char grill. Yes, sir. So that does change it. But I can tell you what we do with the prime rib. We typically season and sear it. But what I can do instead of seasoning and searing it, we can season it and char grill it real fast. Throw it on that char grill, get that smoky flavor on it.
And we don't have to have any paperwork to authorize that?
No,
Or?
no. Just this conversation right here, sir.
Okay, that's what I'm going to do then.
Done. Do you like the 12 ounce or the 16?
I think I've got to do the 16.
I mean, you might as well. If you take some home, it'll be great.
And yes, because
Yes,
that
sir.
warms up great. Does it come with like a baked potato on the side?
With whichever two sides you like.
Okay, baked potato, butter, sour cream on the side,
Yes, sir.
and a house salad, tossed salad with blue cheese on the side.
And how did you like the prime rib today?
Medium rare.
Medium rare.
They brought us bread that's hot with butter to cut into that puppy. We got to check this out.
So I was wrong. Today they did not get it started early.
Okay, no, that's okay.
So
I'll do the
porterhouse?
porterhouse
Yes,
medium rare.
Absolutely. Everything else the same though, correct?
Yeah,
Very good.
that's
Not a
perfect.
problem.
Thank you for checking. I'm
You're
glad
very
you checked.
welcome.
Yeah, they usually just do prime rib for supper, usually, because it takes a long time to cook it slow. You just can't rush 16 hours. All right, let's see how this is. Ooh, creamy butter. You want to try some? There you go. Butter it up for you there. Shout out to Dan, the cameraman producer guy. Is gonna dig in here. Wow. Wow. Again? Ooh. Moving the camera.
Put more in there.
Oh. Yeah. Ah. If only I had ketchup. Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Thanks. Check this out. So this is good news that they got this thing here. The bad news is nobody in Australia knows what this is. It's totally an American thing, as are the kookaburra wings. Oh man, they even slice it perfectly. They know exactly how to cut them apart. Do you know the recipe for this dressing that they use? I've heard different combinations. If you know, tell me. I'd like to know how to make this at home, and I'm sure there's probably a recipe for it. Oh, that's so good. This is the original, and I think it's the best.
How'd you get such a good break on yours? You just two hands?
They cut them. No, there are sections. Just find a section, or maybe take a knife. Okay. Anyway, yeah, really good though, huh? Wow. So we made an adjustment to the order. The prime rib had not been started, so we switched out to the porterhouse. So that'll still be good, and it's on the way. That's good. This is good. I haven't been here in a long time. Oh, perfect. That is perfect. Thank you. So I felt obligated to look up some cow jokes, steak jokes, before I came here today. So they may slip out as we're eating. This guy went to a steakhouse. He ordered his steak, and the waiter brought it, put it down. The guy looks at the steak and he said, "I ordered this medium rare. This is well done." And the waiter said, "Thanks." I love that joke. What do you call a cow with just one leg? Steak. Hey, if you're still liking these, be sure to subscribe and share it with a friend. It helps us. What do you think about when you think about Australia? You know anything at all about it? It's one of those amazing places that from the US, I don't know that we really realize how cool a place it is. But it's massive. It's like its own continent. And there's a lot of stuff that'll kill you there. A lot. Of all the deadly spiders, like there's 8 out of 10 or 8 out of 12. Australia. Yeah, 8 out of 6 of the deadliest snakes are in Australia. So here's my salad. You got tomatoes and cucumbers and onions. Yes, onions. I think that was Eldon that was asking about onions. They're here. A little jack cheese. Here we go. Oh yeah. It's good.
What? Pepper?
Yeah. Oh wow, that looks great.
I got a soy one with fries with ketchup.
Man, oh man, look at this. Check this puppy out. Does that not look delicious? Smells delicious. Really, really good. I'm gonna dive into that thing pretty quickly. Let's check this guy out. Perfect. They got it just right. So let's talk about Waltzing Matilda.
Waltzing.
Yes, Waltzing Matilda. Now this is so cool. I just think when countries have identities, it's so cool. So I looked this up here. So I don't know if you remember Waltzing Matilda or if you've heard it, but if you haven't, I'm going to give you a guy to look up. We'll put a link in the page. But so Waltzing Matilda is a poetry folk song called a bush ballad, like from out back in the bush, and it's the unofficial national anthem of Australia. They do know about this song. So it was slang for traveling on foot. That's the waltzing. Somebody walking out back. And they carry their belongings in a Matilda, which was like a sling sack or a knapsack. They call it swag, slung over their shoulder. And the song tells the story of an itinerant worker called a swag man. And basically, everything is going great, is wonderful. So the swag man basically is out walking, and he captures a stray sheep, which they call a jumbuck. The language is unbelievable. So he has the jumbuck, he's going to cook it and eat it. And the jumbuck's owner, who's a grazier, he's also a squatter, he's a grazier, and three troopers, pursue the swag man near the billabong, and the billabong is the watering hole. Well, he says, "You'll never catch me alive," and he commits suicide by drowning himself in the nearby billabong, after which his ghost haunts the site. Now, crazy traditional folk story, beautiful tune. Anyway, it was written originally like in 1895, and in 1903, Marie Cowan changed some of the lyrics and published it, and that's the song you hear today. But I want to tell you about a great guitar player that does a wonderful rendition of this. His name is Tommy Emmanuel. He's from Australia. He plays an Australian guitar, and I'm going to put a link up for you to listen to it, but it is just the most beautiful melody and chord structure of such a simple song. I hope you'll like it. Tell me, I want to know if you'd like to hear more stuff like this. I'm also going to put a bonus link in there of Somewhere Over the Rainbow that he does. He's like Australia's native son as far as musicians. He and his family, I think when he was really young, like maybe 5, they had to pay the bills, and the whole family was in a band, and they drove around all of Australia and played in bars, basically. And it was rural settings, to say the least. As he put it, he said, "Where the men are men and the sheep are very afraid." So he's been playing since he was 5, has a brother, I think an older brother, who just passed away a couple years ago, also really talented, but he has played relentlessly for his whole life, and he is now really attaining great prominence in the U.S. and tours all the time. If you can go see him, Tommy Emmanuel. He's a wonderful entertainer, a fantastic guitar player. This is scrumptious. So many of you have noticed that my producer does not eat when we shoot, or he's commented that he doesn't. Today is so good, he ordered the 6-ounce sirloin. They call it Walkabout Wednesday. It's a great deal, very flavorful, and he's stuffed. Their seasoning is not nearly as salty as Longhorn's. It's very different. It's very good, but it's a lighter seasoning. It still has a lot of the pepper or heat in it. Anyway, very different, very good. So there was a truck driver that was delivering, he had to get 100 penguins from Melbourne to Perth. He was driving across, trying to get them to the zoo. It's in a refrigerated truck and it broke down. So when the mechanic finally got there, they towed him into this, truck stop. They looked at it, he said, realistically, it's going to be 2 days before you can get your truck back ready for you. And at that point, the guy says, "Oh, I gotta do something about these penguins." And so he found another truck driver there at the truck stop, and he said, "I'll pay you $5,000 if you can take these 100 penguins to the zoo in Perth." And he said, "Okay." So anyway, truck gets repaired. A couple days later, he drives into Perth, and he's pulling up to the zoo, and he sees the guy coming back with 100 penguins following right behind him. And he looks at him and he says, "I thought I told you to take these penguins to the zoo." He said, "I did, but you gave me so much money, I had money left over, so now I'm taking them to the movies." I love that joke. It's so funny to me to think about 100 penguins walking behind a guy. Come on, guys. And they're all well dressed. Well, I'm going to grab a couple more bites, but I'm running out of space, so I'm going to get this to go for another meal at home. This has been a really good steak. If you like steak videos, check this one out. And for now, just remember this: life is short, so enjoy every meal. It's good.